Awesome, awesome. Thank you, everybody. And people are still logging in. We sold out. Well, it wasn't, you didn't have to pay to get here, but we sold out all our spots on this webinar. I had to cut it off at 50. So if you are here, you are one of the lucky ones, and that is awesome. So super excited. We got about a minute. People are still logging in. So give me like 90 seconds. I just want to make sure everybody's in here okay, and then we will get rolling with getting actual real leads for your agency on Facebook. All right. Well, now you should have audio, Rebecca. I was just muted for a second, so hopefully you can hear me now. So I am ready to go. Hopefully you are too. And real super quick, Karen, I just sent you that stuff we talked about yesterday. So you should have that in your box. So first and foremost, thank you guys so much for being here today. I'm really excited about this. As you see, today is going to be a little bit different than a lot of my trainings. A lot of my trainings, I have a PowerPoint. You know, we go through information on the slides, et cetera, et cetera. This obviously is different because we are talking solely today about getting actual real leads for your agency and on Facebook. You're right. Okay. So yes, we are starting right now. So that is why you see just my Facebook in front of you and not an actual PowerPoint presentation. All right. So here's what I recommend today. First and foremost, I got to apologize. I have a cold or something going on. So my voice is not quite all there, but you know me, I'm going to bring it just as I always do, no matter what, but I apologize if I sound a little nasally. That's all. So today, we are going to go step by step. I'm going to really take you through the creation of how to do the advertising and marketing. And then we're also going to go through the follow-up process with getting these leads on Facebook. All right. And so if you take notes, great. I would do that. If you are, I don't want to say quick enough, but if you want to try and have dual monitors, maybe put your Facebook up on another screen and try to follow step by step. But either way, you will get a replay of this. Okay, so you're going to get a replay after we're done today about this the Facebook lead generation. So if you know you don't grasp it all right away, there's going to be a replay out. All right, and so the thing that's really cool about this is I actually sold this particular training for like it was 97 bucks or 197 bucks months ago when Facebook first came out with this, but we're doing it today for free. All right, so let me see here. All right, so we are going to start with Facebook. So, you know, a lot of people get confused because when I say Facebook leads, I'm not meaning likes and shares and comments. That's all great, okay? That's all great for community building, but that's not what we're doing today. Today, what our goal is to attract leads that give us information, raise their hand and say, yes, I want to talk to you, or I want to be a part of whatever you're doing with your agency. And we actually have contactability with them. All right, so this is not how to get more likes. This is not how to get more shares, posts, comments, followers, whatever. Not that that's not important. That's not what we're doing today, so I don't want to confuse anybody. Okay, so first and foremost, you're going to be on your Facebook, and you're going to go up to the top right. There's a small down arrow. All right, and then down below, about halfway through, you're going to see Manage Ads. So that's where we are going to start today. Now, if you have not done any ads on Facebook before, okay, you'll have to set up an account. You can still set up the ad, but before you get it rolling, you'll have to put in payment information, all that good stuff. So here you're going to see your account. All right, it's going to tell you how much you spent, if you got stuff active, your ID, et cetera, et cetera. And then on the left-hand side, you'll see hopefully your name or name of whatever page you're managing. And we're going to click on it. My computer works. It's live, so there's no mistakes in live broadcasting, I suppose, right? So you'll see some of my stuff. I don't ever have a ton of ads going at one time. You know, I run, if anybody caught our training yesterday, you all know my campaigns are very definitive as far as start and end dates. So, you know, right now I got my one going because we're doing webinars this week. But so what we're going to do is you should see your account. Now, obviously, if you have not run Facebook ads before, you're not going to see anything here. So regardless, on the top right, though, you will see the Create Ad button. All right, so that's what we're going to do. Now, when this opens up, you're going to have a ton of options, right? So mine might look a little different than yours because I've done ads before, or it might just be obviously going off my prior ad, because that's what it'll do. It'll bring up stuff for your prior ads. But either way, I want you to go up to Campaign. All right, perfect. So what this is going to do, this is going to give you, it's going to ask you, what are your marketing objectives? So much stuff we can do here, right? So whether you want to, you know, get more likes to your page, more traffic, whatever the case is, there's so much stuff you can do. In this case, we are going to just focus on lead generation. Right in the middle, in the bottom, you'll see lead generation. So that's what we're going to focus on. So I'm going to click that guy. And by the way, I didn't mention this. If you have questions, go ahead, type them in. A lot of the stuff we are going to cover, hopefully, that you're going to ask. But also at the end, we're going to do a Q&A. All right. So if you miss something, write it down or type it in, and we'll hopefully get that answer for you. All right. So click on lead generation. And then it's going to ask your campaign name. Obviously, it's completely up to you. I'm just going to do webinar on 3/21. Okay. And continue. Now, if you're wondering real quick, create split test. Does anybody know what a split test means? I like to ask questions for engagement. What does a split test mean when it comes to not just Facebook, but anything online? They're actually very important. Does anybody know what a split test is? Give you just a second. I'm on a little bit of a delay, so I'll give you a second to answer. What is a split test? Nobody? That's okay. All right. So a split test basically means you are going through the same objective, right? So if you want to know maybe what type of picture works best, or what type of advertising or marketing message or headline works best, you set up a split test. So you can do message number 1 here, message number 2 here. What Facebook does is you then you know, produce the ad with a split test, and Facebook will evenly distribute. Yes, Karen, that's pretty darn close. Facebook will distribute both ads equally to see which ad method works the best. Yeah, Corey, exactly. So it's the same ad, just as Corey said, the same ad, but it's going to test which one is going to get more generation. So in this case, we're not going to, but it's not a bad idea to once in a while use that if you're curious. All right. So we're clicking continue. And now, obviously, if it's your first ad, they're going to ask you to view terms and just accept it. or else it won't let you follow. So let me wait till all this good stuff loads up. And this is where the magic happens. Okay, so you got a couple options, right? Now, if you have a custom audience, which we're not going to go through that today, if you want to know more about that, let me know. Shoot me an email, joe@imwithdavis.com. But we're not going to go through a custom audience today. All right, we're going to focus more on demographics and detailed targeting. So first and foremost, location. All right, so actually, Karen, you're about 20 minutes from me, so let's pretend we're Karen. All right, Karen is a farmer's agent in Binghamton, New York. So what we're going to do is Binghamton, New York, and whatever your city is, it should be able to type right up there. All right, now if you're focusing solely on local, I would stick with about 25 miles. Now you can go up to 50, but mind you, you're going to have a lot more stuff getting, you know, kind of sent through and spend more money. But if that's what you want to do, that's fine. But we're going to just stick with 25 miles here. Okay. Now, this is important, and I won't get into the details of everything, but I've done a ton of research over the years on this type of stuff, especially obviously now and back, you know, when I owned my agency and worked for an agent. Once Facebook advertising came out, I've done a ton of research. So you got to just kind of trust me on this one. If you are looking for that ideal prospect, which for a lot of us is the good credit score, homeowner, multi-car, possibly married, etc., etc., here's the age you want to use. So not 18, because remember, you know, we want to go for our target prospects. So a lot of us aren't going for 18-year-olds. I mean, if you are, pick it, you know, but in this case, we go 24. And I understand that we're going to go for prospects, you know, we're good with it being older than this, but just for Facebook purposes, the best age group, age bracket for what we do as insurance agents is right here. All right. Now you can play with this if you want to, which is fine. You probably have success, but I'm just telling you from experience, this is what works. Okay. So 24 to 48, you know, you probably go up to 52 if you wanted to. All right. And obviously gender all. Language, unless you're living in, you know, with a Hispanic or Asian population, stick, you know, don't put anything in there. But if you're trying to market to that segment, then obviously change the language. All right, now here's where it's very important. Demographics. All right, so this is the part, guys, you have to pay attention to. This is what is going to make this ad work. And this is what's going to set you apart from the other agents that are doing Facebook advertising. So super important. So, and I'm just, in this case, like I said, our example is Karen, who's on the line with us, who lives about 20 minutes away from me. She's a farmer's agent. All right, so in Karen's case, since she's a farmer's agent, she needs to look around at her competitors, right? So in Karen's situation, just because I know our area, you got to know your area. Who's competitive in your area? Who has a lot of agents? Who has, you know, good rates, or you know, just look around you. All right. Now, obviously, we all want to go after the people like Geico. So if you type in Geico, very important though. All right. It's going to list a few things. So this middle one is employers. We do not want to click that. We want to click people that have interests in Geico. Why? Because that means they like their page, right? Which means they're probably customers, not always, but most likely customers, or have been customers of them, which means they already have insurance. All right. Now, see, once you do this, it starts bringing up things, right? So I'm just going to go down the list. Now, you don't want to do more than 5. Okay. So I know in our area, Allstate's big. So we're going to click Allstate, and it's always interests. Okay. I know State Farm's big. Progressive and Geico, pretty much wherever you are in the country, you want to select them because they're direct carriers. Now, Karen is a farmer's agent, so we're not going to click farmers in this case. But if you're an Allstate or State Farm or Nationwide agent, you would click farmers. All right, Nationwide. And one company I don't mess with is USAA, because it's very hard, and not just from a rate perspective, but from a loyalty perspective, it's tough to get USAA people to switch. So I don't ever really mess with those. You know, but we got our 5 anyway. So never try to go more than 5 here, guys. You might be able to pull it to 6 if you live in a bigger area or you're going with a bigger radius up here. but I always stick with about 5. So in this case, Karen is a farmer's agent, and we're going after Allstate, Geico, Nationwide, Progressive, and State Farm. Anybody that has interest in their sites, which means they like them. Only in our area, though, right? Okay. So we're going to click off that. In this advertising platform, we don't want to do anything with connections. All right, we're not going to mess with that. So you'll get different numbers depending on your area, but let's look over here. All right, so where we are, Binghamton, New York, potential reach 11,000 people. Now I'm going to show you, this is all going to change here in a second, but it shows you how many people on Instagram, and more importantly, what we care about is Facebook. That's a daily reach, right? So your daily reach on Facebook here, 990 to 2,600. All right, so this part I just went through with you guys is good for lead generation, Facebook likes, any type of advertising you do on Facebook, this can be used, okay? So we're gonna do here. Now, our numbers over on the right-hand column are based off our daily budget, which right now is 20 bucks. Now, I know it doesn't seem like a lot of money, right? 20 bucks a day. However, if this is your first time running this ad, I wanna test the waters first, right? I want to make sure I got the right company selected above, the right demographics, the right area, etc. So I always say start with 10. Now, when I do that, these are going to change on the right-hand side, obviously, right? So my daily reach is going to go down by a few hundred, not a ton. All right, and so here's another reason I do 10 bucks a day to start. So with Facebook algorithms, hold on, someone had a question. Give me just a second, Corey. You could do that, Corey, if you wanted to, right? You could exclude people. You know, you could exclude people that are employed. It's an extra step, but if you wanted to, you could. You know, the only thing you worry about is the more, and this is why I only do 5 companies. So the more you include or exclude, the narrower you're making your reach. Right? So that number on the right-hand side here is going to go down, but you could do that. Yep. Anil, it's really depending on the budget. Okay, so going back to why I'm choosing 10 bucks. All right, so Facebook algorithms, you got to understand, to get, especially if it's your first ad or you're doing a brand new ad, it's going to take a little time for Facebook to really delve into your key market. All right, and what I mean by that, it's going to take a good 2-3 days for Facebook to hone that down. So for at least the first few days, I'd rather do 10 bucks a day because Facebook algorithm is going to run the same thing. Okay. Karen, your Facebook is automatically linked with your Instagram. If you have it, if not, it won't link. Actually, that's not true. You'll still have ads on Facebook or on Instagram because Facebook and Instagram are one and the same now. All right, so for the first few days, you're going to run 10 bucks a day. All right, now you can increase it after that. That's fine. But like I said, Facebook's going to really dive into your statistics and figure out your key market. And so that being said, I don't want to waste money on those first few days. All right, and then it'll tell you more than 70 bucks a week. Now, this is another part you want to pay attention to. In just a second here. Sorry, guys, I had to grab some water. So 70 bucks a week. Now, you could run this continuously starting today, which means there's no end date. It's just going to keep running until you go back in and shut it off. As I said, I always like an end date, right? So this is going to automatically set a month. I don't like that. So I'm actually going to go back and I'm going to do, I don't know, 10 days or so. That way I know exactly when it's going to stop. Now you can change this anytime. You can edit the ad and change this no matter what. But like I said, I want to check in periodically on my marketing and know how it's working. Okay, so that's just in this example. Now you don't have to do 10 days, you can do 30, whatever you want to do. But I always suggest a start and end date. Unless something's working like gangbusters, then just keep running it. Okay. Now, in this case, this is not always the case, but in this case, bid amount, we're going to leave it automatic. Whoops. All right, because that means Facebook's going to automatically, with our target market, They are going to figure out exactly, you know, how much we're going to spend per ad, all that good stuff. There's a lot that goes into it. And this ad, just lead generation, I'm going to leave it to automatic. There are other ads where you'll do manual, but we're not going to get into that today. All this other stuff, we're going to leave alone. And then they have something called an ad set name here. All right. And that's basically your target, right? All this stuff we did up here, it's asking you to name that. So in this case, I'm just going to leave it. You can name it whatever you want, but I'm going to leave it Binghamton 24 to 48. Yes, Andre, there is. Yep. So if your ad is about to be done, it'll shoot up a message to you, and then it'll say, here's your stats. And if you're actually, the other cool thing too, whenever you run an ad and it starts really getting hits to it, it'll alert you of that. Be like, your ad is doing really well, or, you know, people are responding to your ad, you know. Well, Chase, you know, in my opinion, I don't know, my actual page, I know there's all this fake page stuff out there. I guess some people make it work. What Chase asks, is it better to use your actual business page or a fake page? What he means by that is, so let's say I have the Davis agency. All right, I work for Allstate, so the Davis Allstate agency. But instead, I create a page saying Upstate New York Insurance, right? Which it doesn't have a lot of info. Some people do use those fake pages, you know, because people think that you get better response, which maybe you do sometimes. My opinion is, not only are they looking at your ad, but if they have your actual page, they become fans of your page too. And I just don't like the fake page thing. Some people do. I'm not going to down it. But for me personally, I always use my actual business page. Plus, fake pages have a tendency to get shut down after a while. And if that's the case, they could suspend your account and it's a mess. So just my opinion. Good question, though. So we're going to do that. We're going to click continue. All right. So this is the other part. It becomes important here. All right. So image. All right. So we're going to come back to that, because before I get into the image, you got to understand why we're going to use this image. So here's what we're going to do. And this is where you have to make kind of a commitment. So we are going to offer a contest, right? If they fill out this info, they're going to have their names put in for a $250 gift card. Now, here's what you got to remember is, I usually tell people, you don't put when the gift card's getting drawn. You don't put if it's a month, if it's a quarter, whatever. As a general rule, to make sure you don't go broke, you're gonna pull this drawing for a $250 gift card once you have 100 leads. You're not gonna put that anywhere, but that's just so you don't go broke. So that's the whole point of this, is we're getting people. Now you'll see why once they click on it, it's gonna become an insurance lead. But initially, that's what we're gonna do. All right, so before I choose the picture, ignore the picture for now. We're going to choose our headline. So our headline is simply going to be, all right, take this 30-second survey for a chance to win $250. All right, now what we have to do is decide what the gift card's to. All right, and so here's the big mistake, and there's a psychology behind this. If you do a gift card, like say it's a Visa or MasterCard or American Express gift card, people don't respond. If you do a specific place, my favorite's Best Buy, but you could do, I have people that do Amazon, I have people that do any big chains around them, restaurants, whatever. You have to make it specific, whatever it is. Here's why, because let's say I put a Best Buy gift card out there, and the prospect's mind, the subconscious says, you know what? There's a lot of cool stuff I buy at Best Buy or Amazon or Target, whatever. But, you know, I just don't. So in their mind, they're thinking, if I win this, I now have money to spend at that specific place. Now, obviously, I don't think that consciously, but subconsciously it works. So in this case, we're going to do Best Buy. Now, I already have the photos saved, obviously, but obviously, you know, you probably don't. So all we're going to do here, let's say we're choosing Best Buy. I'll type in $250 Best Buy gift card. The images. All right, now this is important when it comes to Facebook. You have to be careful of your image, okay? Because if your image, let's say I don't know why it would, but let's say I choose this one. Hopefully you guys can see save huge, no fooling, blah, blah, blah. Facebook will deny that because there's too much wording. If over 25, I think it's 25%. Anybody that knows Facebook well, let me know if I'm wrong. I think if more than 25% of your picture is text, it will deny it. And if it doesn't deny it, it won't spread it out there. So my favorite in this case would be this guy. Okay. Not a lot of text, pretty cool picture, whatever. So what you're gonna do is right click, save image as. Now I already have one saved. I'm just showing you what I would do is save it here. It's the same photo. All right. And then save it to your desktop or wherever so you know where it is. Good to go. So we're gonna go back to Ad Manager. And we are going to take out this image, right? Like my image I had there ain't gonna work. Yeah, if you don't put an image, it's gonna put a Facebook sign, which is not good. So we're gonna find my Best Buy gift card. Oh, that's not the one. There we go. All right, cool. So now you'll see, and this is okay. I mean, it's up to you. If you really want to be on Instagram, this is important. So if you're going to be on Instagram, the picture size matters. In this case, I personally don't care. But you know, if you want to be on Instagram, you kind of mess with the pixels and whatnot. We won't go into that today. But in this case, I just care about Facebook. Right. So it's going to show you a preview. All right. So now we got our headline. Okay. Take this 30-second survey for a chance to win $250. And then we're really just going to reiterate in the descriptions, taking a 30-second, maybe a little bit more detail. All right. And then here, call to action. It's going to set automatically to sign up. We don't want that. I'll click this guy. We're going to put learn more. Okay. And then below, so we got taking a 30-second survey can win you a $250 Best Buy gift card, taking the 30-second survey for a chance to win $250. And then here below is the newsfeed link description. All right. And you could put different things in here. I try different things all the time. Most of them, it works. And this will make sense once you see the survey we're going to do. Okay. And then display link if you want to. You can put a website, right? So like, I don't know, I'll put my website. Obviously, if you're on the website, don't worry about it, but put a website there. People can click on it. This is advanced URL parameters. We're not going to worry about that right now. And also pixel tracking, which actually can be really good, but I don't want to get into it. If you want to know more, pixel tracking can be really good, actually, if you do multiple Facebook ads. I would suggest if you really want to get into pixel tracking, there's a whole section on Facebook about it. I don't want to go into it today, but it's actually very useful if you decide you're going to start running ads on a continuous basis. All right, so I have a lot of lead forms already done. But we're going to create a new form because I want to go through the process with you guys. All right, and basically now, so what happens is they click on the ad, and now they are on this form, okay? And so this is what they see. So we're just going to reiterate. All right, we're going to do the same thing. Sorry. Now, obviously, if you want your own headline, own stuff, go for it. I'm just saying what I put and have my agents put, but. Now, the reason I'm putting 30 seconds is I want an expectation to them that it's going to be quick. Oh, I forgot they cut the wordings down. The amount of characters you can use. But you can put more down here. So you can choose a paragraph or bullets if you want to. I mean, bullets, it looks cool. I won't put anything, but you can do that. Right. Which, I mean, depending on the ad, that might be very useful. I put just a paragraph in my case. So I'll put just simply answer. Well, I won't talk while I type it, but you guys can read it. Now, assuming we're getting auto insurance leads, this is, I should have said that from the get-go. I'm assuming an auto insurance leads, you can change all this up, guys. If you want it to be for home or life, it's just the wording on the question is going to change a little bit. All right, this one's for auto, but you can do it with whatever. I or we, it depends on you. And then button, that's going to be the blue bar, button text. Yeah, in fact, you know what I'll do, Corey, is when I do the questions for auto, I'll on the side, I'll tell you what you can do for home. In fact, they're not going to be much different, to be honest with you. Okay. Now, if for some reason the form preview never looks right, all right, but it will once you produce everything. Okay. Actually, let me go back real quick here. Hold on. These should preset just fine. Okay. Once again, if you need a different language, you can do that here. Okay. I don't mess with a lot of this stuff, right? That's just the fields they're going to use, and you're going to be able to change that too. But just want to show you that settings should be set up. But if you need to change something with language or whatnot, you can click settings and change that stuff. Okay. So let's go to questions. So obviously, the first thing, email and name is going to be out there. But like I said, we want more info. So I do email, name, phone number. I don't ask more than that, you know, because if you ask more than that, then well, they're not gonna fill it out. So email, name, phone number. Okay. I wouldn't really mess with the rest of it, guys, but all right. So once we do that and we fix it, so we have email, name, phone number. We now go to add custom questions. All right, now this is cool. So first one we are going to ask. Now these don't deviate from. You need to use these specific questions. All right. So custom question 1. When was the last time you had your policy reviewed? Now, you're wondering, well, why wouldn't you put insurance in there? Why wouldn't you put insurance? How do they know? So here's the deal. Facebook caught on. I'd like to think I was part of this. So Facebook caught on to what insurance agents were doing with these lead forms, and they banned it so you cannot put the word insurance in these questions at all. There's some law, not law, but Facebook rule about insurance. So if you put the word insurance and submit this thing on the question portion, at least, it's going to kick it back and deny it. Okay. So when's the last time you had your policy reviewed? Or you can even put, in this case, auto or home to be more specific. So here's how the answers work. I always like 4 options. So I'll start with the smallest. Within the last 6 months. So once you type it, you click enter. It makes it an option. Okay. In the past year, over a year ago, and never. Okay. That's it. That's the first question. We can get up to 3, which is what we're going to do. Next one I want to know is, so we know when the last time they had the policy reviewed. So question number 2 is, how is the service? Whoops, got caps on, sorry. Just a second here, sorry guys. At your current agency. Once again, 4 options, so great. I love my agent. Average. Not good, not bad. Terrible. I don't like. Don't put hate, it's too polarizing. Terrible. I don't like my agency at all. And the last one, a little sarcastic here. What agent? Which means they could be online or whatever. Okay. That's the second question. Third question. Last one. You can only do 3. Third question is, do you feel you're paying fair rates for your policies? First option, yes, I have great rates. Average, not really sure. No, my rates are way too high. Or really noticed. Okay, there's your 3 questions. Now, so back to Corey's point, you can see whether it's auto or a home, you can change. They're basically the same questions, right? So now if you're doing life or financial, you got to change them up a little bit, you know, but not a ton. Okay. So now you're seeing what it's going to look like, right? So when was the last, see on the right-hand side, when was the last time you did your auto policy review? They select it. There's your answers. Okay. I'm just selecting things. All right. So that's simple, guys. Okay. Now, look right here. You're wondering, well, do they give us permission to be contacted? Blah. Yeah, Steve, you're right. Sorry. I'm a marketer. What can I say? All right. Thank you. So look below here, guys. By clicking submit, you agree to send your info to Joe Davis or whatever page you pick, who agrees to use it according to their privacy policy. In the above terms, Facebook will also use it to subject to our data policy, blah, 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 blah. All right, so you're wondering, well, what privacy policy? All right, so this is where it gets not tricky depending on your situation. So let's go to privacy policy, okay? Karen, can I use your Farmers website real quick? Do you mind? Kind of show you what we're doing? You know, I know we don't want to focus on rates, Karen, but you know, with this Facebook advertising, we want to put that question in there still. Yeah, because we're not focusing on rates, we're just getting info from them. So I would stick to it. All right, so let's go to Karen's website. Karen, as always. All right, so now if you're an exclusive, first of all, total side note, Karen's a farmer's agent and she has her office in an old barn. How cool is that, right? Anyway, very, very cool office. Nice space in there too, I've been there. So if you're an exclusive or captive agent, you're gonna have a corporate website. If you're an independent, you hopefully have a website that you can kind of do the same thing for. So anyway, if you're an exclusive agent, you can go down here. See on the bottom of your website, it says privacy policy. Click on it. You're a representative of them. So nothing wrong with doing this at all. You're gonna take this link. You're gonna bring this, you're gonna copy it. You're gonna type in privacy policy. Put the link in. Okay, it's that easy. Now, I don't know why you'd want to, but if you want to, you can add a custom disclaimer like, we will call you. I don't, quite frankly, because we're already saying we're going to use their info, right? We won't harass it, but we're going to talk to you. Okay. So anyway, that's how you do the privacy policy part, guys. And then if you want to, you can put your website link, because after they're all done, it's going to think, thanks, you're all set, and it can take them to your website. This could be back to your Facebook page if you want likes, whatever you want to do. It's going to direct them. Okay. So once they click on it, I won't do it here, but we'll simply save it. Well, save first, and then finish. Wait for it to load. You should see whatever you did. I didn't title it, but whatever you title it. Now, don't get concerned. For some reason on the form preview, it does not show the picture. It will when you produce the ad, I promise you. All right, and then I'm not going to do it because we're not going to actually run this ad, but you simply click place order. That's it. Okay. All right, cool. So that's the main part of the Facebook leads. Now, here's the bigger part. Once a lead's submitted, A, where the heck do you find it? And B, what do we do? Okay, so it's very, I wish Facebook would fix this. They haven't found a better way to do it yet. But so we got our ad, we placed the order. Okay, and you'll see it showed up. Back to your ads manager. They don't do this a good way. So when you have a campaign that's lead forms, it'll have info here. And then once you produce the leads, it'll have an extra column that says how many leads. It'll have a number here, but it won't let you click on it. And it drives me nuts. So anyway, here's how you get the leads from your Facebook ad. And I have to go to my newsfeed real quick. I apologize if anything offensive is on there. But anyway, you got to go to your business page or whatever page you use for the ad, which has to be a business page. You can't do a personal page for a Facebook ad. So here you're on the business page. You're going to go up to the top, publishing tools. I mean, there might be a different way to get it, but I haven't found it yet. And then on the left-hand side, you're going to see forms library. Okay. And obviously these are all just examples I've done before. All right. But anyway, you're going to have your lead count. And if you got leads in there, let's say I'll use an old one because I actually have some leads. So you just click download and it'll bring up, you can download it, which is what you're going to want to do. You can do it if you got a ton of leads by date range, but I would just do them all. And then opens up an Excel sheet. These are obviously different questions, guys, because it wasn't for an insurance ad, but oh, it didn't download my new ones. Anyway, your questions will show up right here. And the names will be below. and the answers. So basically what's going to give you is all their info. All right, this stuff here from column A to J is just Facebook statistical things. So, I mean, you know, you don't really need them. But the answers to everybody's questions will be here below each question, and their info will be over here. I didn't, in my end, didn't ask for a phone number, but yours you want to, so phone number will be right there. So you'll know their answers, and that's the key to the follow-up calls, right? And this is where a lot of people screw up. So when you call them, you're just basically going to say this. This is Joe calling from the Davis Agency. I just want to let you know, we got your survey. We've entered you into our $250 Best Buy gift card drawing. All right. And, you know, I just wanted to, go over with you a couple of the questions on here and just repeat their questions back to them. And then let's say they say their rates aren't good or they haven't checked around. Feed off of that. Or, you know, their agency's just average. Or even if all their answers are positive, right? Let's say they say, yeah, my agent's great. Oh, I see that you love your agent right now. That's awesome. You know, we always try to get better. So what specifically about your agency do you really love? I understand that it might be tough to get a quote every single time, but you're starting a conversation, which is going to lead to that. All right. So that is how you want to do the follow-up calls. All right. So that is how to generate leads from Facebook. Okay. Now, just like, I don't know how many of you were on yesterday. Let me go back, try to find just a second here, guys. This was yesterday's training. Gotta just bring something up here. So I'm gonna do the same thing I did yesterday. First of all, now is the Q&A. So I'm gonna give you guys a minute, type in questions you got with whatever we went over today. And we can answer them. Because Priscilla, you're gonna get multiple leads a day. Yeah, you're gonna average 3 to 4 a day once you get rolling on this. So 10 divided by 3, you know. Good question though. Yeah, you're gonna get more than 1 lead a day off this, guys. In fact, I have a couple agents that are running $1.70 a lead. We're getting like, I don't know, 8 a day, 9 a day. But yeah, that's where the $4 comes in. Sorry, probably should have went over that. My bad. Yeah, I totally should have said that, so I apologize, Priscilla. Didn't even bring that up. You know, Corey, I don't, and here's why though. Because we are tailoring our answers depending on their questions. So when we email them, it's not gonna be the same email every time. If it is, it's not gonna really hit the right message, right? Yes, Andre, good question. So like I said, whenever you set up, and this is not just the lead I showed you, any type of Facebook ads, right? First 2-3 days, guys, is tough. Don't get discouraged. Don't sit there and watch it, all right? First 2-3 days, if you don't get any leads, don't think it's not gonna work. Facebook's just working out their algorithm. Yes, there is still a $10 charge because they're putting it out in front of people. Yeah, so no matter what, you're paying $10 a day whether you get a lead or not. Good question though, Andre. But like I said, first 2-3 days, don't get concerned because that's just Facebook working it out, okay? All right, so I'm gonna do the same thing I did yesterday too, guys, which actually ended up really doing well. So if you're on the training yesterday, but I'm not in my trainings, so a lot of the times, like for example, this training here today, once, and I sold it for one. At the first time was 97, second time was 197, and people loved it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, you could do that, Corey. Absolutely, absolutely. I don't have any set up, but yeah, you could definitely do that. I would still get something personal out there. You always want to follow up with a call, obviously, but yeah, you could do a generic email. Thanks for running the drawing, whatnot. So basically how I've run everything until recently, that is I create a product and I sell it. And a lot of our bigger products, so if you guys are familiar with our overall agency playbook, our digital agency masterclass, sales producer class, all that good stuff, was a flat product you paid monthly for, 97 or 197 a month for each product. I decided back in January we're going to change that, and we're going to just open up what I call the universe, which is basically monthly for and all of our products, not just the ones we have now. So you get access to all our digital products, and you get access to everything we ever do in the future, right? So all our premier stuff you get. And so basically when I first launched the universe, and I'm going to tell you why in a second, I capped it at 40 people, because the universe, not only do you get all the digital stuff, but you get an hour of coaching with me a month personally. All right, which is, yeah, I'll show you, it's a different value, but that's included. So I had to limit it. Right, I couldn't get 1,000 people signed up. As much as I'd like that, I don't have the time to do it. So what I decided is for this week, I've opened up 40 more spots for the universe, and I'm promoting it every day. We do a webcast. Now 15 spots were gone yesterday. All right, so I don't know if the enrollment will last until Friday, but I'm still going to plug it. So basically you're going to get, if you're part of the universe, everything we currently have. All right, so that's the agency playbook, the digital masterclass, the agency academy, sales producer masterclass. The playbook is really your not starting point, but it's really stuff about staffing, scripts, referrals, marketing, direct mail, social media, follow-up, a ton of coaching and cool stuff on there too. There's just so much I can't add. A few of you on here have this, and so if anything you want to add about how cool it is, I appreciate it. There's so much on the playbook, right? And so you get that, you get our masterclass, which is turning your agency offline to online. Every single process, sales, service, claims, referrals, whatever, this masterclass teaches you how to put offline, put it online from offline. And then the agency academy, that's our monthly membership, where each month we specifically cover one thing. This month is email marketing. So each month we go through a specific thing on the academy. And then the sales producer masterclass was might have been my best live class, paid live class I've ever done, because basically it goes through everything for your staff and you about getting them motivated, you know, how to make them work as hard as you do day in and day out. So those are our 4 core products. Now, as of Thursday, we're going to have a referral product out. And if you're part of this, you get it automatically. You don't pay extra for it. So, and we're also, I'm developing an email marketing product, which that'll get loaded on here too. So if you have the universe, you don't have to pay again for other things. You pay the monthly on the universe and you're good to go. So if you did this all separate, which is what I was doing up until January, that's how much you pay a year, right? And I'm not going to bore you with all this stuff. This is from a sales presentation. We're not doing that today. I'm just offering it. So also what I did put in the universe was you get a full email marketing plan with templates that you copy and paste. So I put all that in here, which I sold before for $500 by itself. So total value. And then you're also going to get our premium master classes. That's the follow-up social media hacks, which actually this is one of them, but there's other ones for social media, and also creating your own sales letters. All right, and all 3 of those classes I sold before for $1,000. Total value. And then, like I said, this is every month you get an hour coaching call with me, which I generally on separate charge $200 a call. All right. Now, don't worry about the first 10 people here. I'm doing the 40 this week, and well, there's 25 left now. But so anyway, that's what you get when you join the universe. And of course, you're wondering, well, how much is it? That's great. So right now, we're doing this special. And this is the same thing I did back in January, and this is kind of what I'm hitting up to. So $197 a month. I'm going to put an offer button to your right here, guys. You'll see it. All right, so $197 a month. Now, depending on how you pay, you save a ton of money. So if you do it per quarter, it's you save $376 a year. If you do it per year, you save almost $1,200. And if you do the lifetime, you save a ton of money, because it's yours forever, one cost, right? So we got 25 left, spots left. Like I said, we sold 15 yesterday. If that pattern keeps up, I'm going to guess by Thursday, Friday, we're not going to have any spots left, so I'll just be doing the trainings. But you get everything we have to offer, not just out now, but forever into the future. All right, for the universe. And like I said, we limit it just because that coaching every month. If I sold 500 of these, I'd be committed to 500 hours of coaching every month. I just don't have the time for it. So right as it sits, after this week, we're going to have 80 total, which it probably, I can't imagine unless I start probably brokering, or not brokering, but having employees do the coaching, which I really don't like doing. We're going to open it again for a while, I'm guessing. You know, so great opportunity if you want to be part of everything in our universe for one cost a month. You get everything we got now, everything we got in the future. Okay. And let me go back. So there's that. So if you have questions on this, type it in. If you have questions on the training, type it in. I'm going to hang out for a little bit. I'm going to grab some water real quick because my throat's getting dry. So I'm going to give you guys about 30 seconds. Type in any questions you have. All right. And I'll be right back with you. All right. All right, so once again, apologize for this cold I have. Just got to get liquids in me. Yeah, Steve, there is. So if you signed up for this today, you'll get a replay sent to you probably about an hour. What other questions do we got? So remember, click the offer button to your right to get one of the last 25 spots for the universe. And once again, you will get all this. And this is how pretty much, I mean, you'll see the products get released one by one, and they'll have their own monthly, but you won't get the coaching with it either. You know, this is just an easier way to do it for at least, you know, well, at this point for the 55 people that have signed up, but in total 80 when it's all said and done by the end of this week. So 25 spots remaining. Haven't checked to see who took advantage today, but I don't think 25 people will, but maybe. Just waiting to see if anybody has any questions. Well, I'll let this stay on the page for a little bit here, guys. All right. And what I'll do, I'll check to see how many spots remain. I'll type it in. Okay. And so if you have questions, type them in here. I'll be hanging out for a second and let me know, you know, if you got anything. I'll put my email address up here. Corey, great question. So the email marketing templates, it's a sequence, right? I mean, there's some basic ones too. So we're really trying to get people just introduced to our agency. All right. So we're talking about the last time their insurance reviewed. And what we do is we have attachments sent, education sheets, job aids for clients about insurance. And it's all in the email marketing templates. So it's prospect templates, if that's what you're asking. It's not necessarily for current customers. I haven't, I've heard of it, Karen. I haven't messed with it though, so I don't want to say yes or no. This presentation, I mean, not this specific one, but one like it is already on the playbook, Andre. Yep. It's not this one, but similar. Oh, wow. Okay, we're already actually down to 20 spots. 5 of you jumped on it. Nice. You'll be happy you did too, and I can't wait to talk to you. Our monthly coaching is really fun, and I do with the monthly coaching too. It can be just you and I. I also do a lot of team coaching, right? So we do that as well. So I'll just type it in here. 20 spots left. And if you're wondering about the price again, oops, I can click on the right thing. That's the pricing to it all. And it's cancel anytime. You're not in like, if you do the month or quarter, you're not in a year commitment or anything like that. Steve, that's an awesome question. So you're right. We did not put on these leads, these questions, that they're getting a quote. That's why I remember when I said the follow-up, it's so important to do it that way. If you call these people, this is an important part. If you call these people after they submit it through Facebook and say, I'm calling for to give you a quote, you're going to get hung up on and you're not going to have success. You have to start the conversation off the questions and then work your way into a quote. So yeah, it takes some sales ability. Absolutely. Absolutely. But that's a great question. They are quality though. I can tell you that. Absolutely. In fact, and I know Karen, you don't do it exactly like this, but anything through Facebook, Karen gets a ton of her business. Karen, I don't remember the percentage, type it in there, but Karen gets a ton of her business off Facebook. So there is sales in Facebook. Absolutely. I think you said like 80% or something, Karen, 80 or 90, I don't remember, but a lot. So yeah, they're quality leads, but you just got to follow up with them the right way. Absolutely. And they're in your database, so they're not selling them now. Hopefully you're having names and contacts, and going back to Corey's point, we got their email address. That's going to help with your email marketing and that kind of stuff too, even if you don't sell them right away. But they actually have a pretty, from the agents, I have a few hundred agents doing this process. General consensus, obviously not the same in every area, 35, 40% close, assuming they qualify, of course, when they talk to them. Yep. First contacts. All right, so we got about 18 spots left for the universe. And also, if you have not seen, hopefully done your email, there's trainings all week. All right, so we got trainings tomorrow, Thursday, and Friday. So if you haven't signed up for them, sign up. I'm going to guess, though, that the universe spots are going to be gone by tomorrow. But what other questions do we got, guys? I like to talk about this too, and this is not just for the universe, but anything, time versus money. So, like, as insurance agents, we have a unique opportunity that a lot of business owners don't, where we get paid every single month. So our money gets replenished. I know it doesn't feel like that all the time, but it does. you know, the most precious asset you actually have in your business is not the money, it's your time. You know, so if you can like spend a few bucks on something like the universe or other trainings or whatnot, books, whatever, and it's something that you spend a little money on now, but it's going to make you so much more efficient, effective, and save you time, it's worth that investment every single opportunity you get. All right. And so that's why I always like to talk about time versus money, because in our situations, insurance agents, our money gets replenished each and every month. But our time, obviously, you lose it forever. That's everything you get with the universe, plus everything I have into the future. And let me too, hold on. I'll show you what the page looks like too. Oh, hold on, my computer's freezing up on me. Stop that. Huh. Actually, it seems like the site's down. All right. Well, anyway, I'll leave this up here. If you have questions, email me, guys. Other than that, I will talk to you later. Bye.